Hi everyone, I just wanted to hop on today and tell you all about the new 2024 MyPA business planner. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Alex, founder of MyPA. In the video today, I just want to do a quick walk through the planner, talk about the benefits that it could offer you and how this could possibly work for you. Firstly, I just want to say I put some timestamps at the bottom of the video for anybody who wants to skip forward to a particular part of the video. To begin with, I thought I'd start with a brief backstory about MyPA and how it all came about. Back in 2014, I started my social media business and I also was launching some books about social media marketing on Amazon. At the time, I also had some serious family commitments, looking after an elderly parent with dementia and also looking after my son as a single parent. During these times, I found myself increasingly overwhelmed, juggling it all. I'm also a multi-passionate person. There were so many things I wanted to do. I had so many ideas, but some days I just found it sort of hard to see the wood for the trees. I had all my ideas and plans scattered around in different books, on different pieces of paper, on notes apps on my phone, and I myself just felt very scattered. I knew somehow I had to consolidate this all into sort of one place. I went on a hunt to find the perfect planner, but nothing really worked. In 2015, I decided I'd had enough and I'd design one for myself. I knew what I wanted it to be. I wanted something that would keep everything, all my plans and ideas in one place. And I knew how I wanted this planner to make me feel. I wanted to feel centered. I wanted clarity and focus. And above all, I wanted to feel supported, like I had some sort of business bestie backing me up all the time. It took a while to perfect, but I got there in the end and the planner started working really, really well for me. And it felt like I had my own personal assistant, hence that's why I called it MyPA. At the time, also, I was a member of this amazing women's business group on Facebook. I made loads of business buddies, but the overall vibe I got from the group was of everyone feeling pretty much like I'd been feeling, scattered, overwhelmed and stressed. And I had literally no idea that so many of the people were feeling the same. This is when I decided that this planner could actually solve a big problem that so many others were facing. I decided to launch it on Kickstarter in 2018. And I'm really happy to say that since then, MyPA has been helping thousands of entrepreneurs in either its book form or digital format. For 5 years, we've produced the planner, MyPA, in signature black with a gold logo, but we've had so many requests from our customers to introduce new colours. We decided that 2023 being our 5th year, it really was about time. For 2024, we're going to be celebrating the diversity of entrepreneurship with 7 new amazing vibrant colours to inspire all different types of personalities and entrepreneurs and people with different businesses. So we have, for 2024, we've got Motivation in Mango, Power in Pink, Triumph in Turquoise, Navigation in Navy, Timely in Tan, Goals in Grey and Brilliance in Blush. And of course we've still got the beautiful black and gold, which is an all-time favourite. It's still selling really, really well. But the other colours are kind of going like hotcakes, so if you want one, get in there quick. Anyway, let's dive into the planner now. MyPA comes in both the book format, here we have the paper planner, and also in digital format here, so it can be used on iPad, it can be used on a laptop or a desktop, and it can be used on a phone as well. And this is you do through PDF readers like GoodNotes or NoteShelf, and basically it can be synced across all your devices. It's a really great experience actually using the digital planner. I'll do another video on that some of the time soon, but at the moment I really would just want to focus on the paper planner. Here we have the paper planner. The size of the planner is designed to be between A5, which I think is far too small, and A4, which I think is far too big. It's a great size because you can actually carry this around in a briefcase or a handbag, and it's not too cumbersome. The cover itself is a vegan leather. We've upgraded the cover substantially since we started, and we rounded the corners here, which I think gives it a much more sort of friendly feel. It's flexi bound, again, to give it that sort of friendly feel. And then, as I said, we've upgraded the cover. It really has a super feel. You can wash it off easily. It doesn't mark. You can see here, you don't get these finger marks on it. Then we have an elastic here, so you can keep your planner together if you wanted to put it in a handbag and travel around with it. Also, this elastic can be used as another divider, in addition to the 2 other ribbon markers we've got here. That helps you navigate your planner really well. Right, let's get into the planner itself. We changed it this year. We've gone with this silver, so it will go with all the different colours of the planners. It was previously gold. And we have an area here where you can put your address, name, just in case you were to mislay your planner. There's a note from myself about how it all started, what it's all about. And then I always start with this beautiful quote: to accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream, not only plan, but also believe. I love that quote. This section here tells you exactly what this planner is designed to do. And it's designed to do a whole lot with a very, very simple system that I'm going to explain as we go through the planner. It helps you achieve your goals, helps you manage your time, helps you to be more productive, more organised, helps you stay focused, keeps everything, your ideas, your plans in one place, helps you overcome overwhelm, helps you to stay inspired, helps you to remember your ideas, to work smarter, to stay positive, and to balance your work and life. This section here explains how the system actually works, but I'm going to go through that now. We start off here, firstly, with a 2023 review. It's so important to look back on your year. What did you enjoy? What didn't you enjoy? What worked and what didn't work? And there's a space here, you can go into quite detail. Did you achieve your goals and financial targets? List your biggest achievements. What didn't you achieve? What business tasks were unproductive? What decisions do you think will be different in 2024? List your personal highlights. What made you happy? And what areas of your personal life would you like to change? This is so important, because without knowing this and realising it and accepting it, we really can't move forward in the way that we'd like to in improving our lives and making our business and our lives better. Then there's your 2024 targets, which isn't really 2024, because it's really what you want to achieve really over the next 10 years. So you've got a space here for 50 things that you want to do. And we all know time goes quickly. Again, homing down and focusing on what you want out of your life is hugely important. It could be anything, experiences you want to have, things that you want to buy, cars, houses, educating your children, whatever. You just need to put it all here. Then we come on to your life. Designing your life is hugely important, because as again, every day can just run away with us. We do the same old thing, which we have the same outcome. We really want to look about how you want to live your life. How are you planning to live your life this year? Let's start off with what you love to do. What are you good at? Which tasks do you dislike? What days will you work? What hours will you work? How will you spend your evenings? How will you spend your weekends? What holidays would you like to take? List any sort of exercise routines you want to do. How are you going to relax? Which habits will you begin with this year? What hobbies? This is all about your business and your life and how you want to live it. Because if you don't know, then it's just not going to happen. And then we have a 2024 bucket list. So these are the things that you want to do next year. Do you want to climb Kilimanjaro? Do you want to bungee jump? I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but do you want to, what holidays do you want to take? Just anything here that you really, really want to do next year, write it here. And then you can tick it off as and when you do it. And then we go into the business plan. Well, the business plan starts with a very important question, which is, what is your why? Your why is hugely important, because knowing your purpose makes you feel more alive. And when you know your why, it becomes easier to live a life that's true to your core values. Find the strongest why, because if the why is powerful, the how is easy. Running a business, I know, I've been doing it now for a number of years, is not always straightforward, and it can be incredibly challenging, frustrating. And there are days where sometimes I think, why am I doing this? When I hit a roadblock with Amazon or with shipping or anything that's frustrating, you can think, oh my goodness, why am I doing this? You need to come back to why you're doing this in the first place. And you can have more than one why. It could be to earn more money. It could be to have more freedom. But whatever it is, you need to put your why here. On those bad times, on those challenging times, you can come back and remind yourself why you are doing what you are doing. That's that section. Then we come into visualization, which again is hugely important, a very important exercise to keep doing all the time, to keep coming back to this. So you can visualize how you want your life and business this year and in 5 years' time. And if you're a visual person, you can draw or mind map here. Once you've done that, you need to work out how you're going to achieve that vision. We start here with your big mission. And a mission statement is basically a short sentence or paragraph used by a business to explain in very simple and concise terms its purpose for being. For instance, with Nike, their mission is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. For Amazon is to be the most customer-centric company in the world, where people can find and discover anything they want to buy online. They've certainly done it, haven't they? They've achieved that mission, and they keep continuing to achieve it. Then you come into your goals for 2024. Now, a goal is a desired result or possible outcome that a personal system envisions, plans, and commits to achieve. What are the main things that you want to achieve in your business this year? Now, you need to make sure these goals are very, very specific and measurable, and also very realistic as well. List all your goals here, and then we come into actually the business plan itself. First section here is really about defining your brand and bringing your brand and business to life. You see, your brand is more than a name or a symbol or a logo. It's your commitment and promise to your customer. It's the personality, of your brand. This section is all about what your product is, and we dive really deep into what it is, what problem it's solving, and why your customers are going to buy it. This section here is incredibly important. What are the core values of your business? Who you're going to employ? How are you going to produce your product? What do you need to produce it? Are there any insurance or legal requirements? What do you want? What are you going to be your most popular products or services? How will your products be delivered? We've thought about everything that you need to think about here. When you've finished this section, you'll have a really good idea about what your product is and how it's going to serve and solve your customer's problem. Then you have to write here what costs are involved in the producing your product or service. And then we got a section here about how to actually price your product. So important, because if you don't price it correctly, you're not going to make any money. Then here we got how you're going to take payments, how much revenue do you want to generate, and then you need to calculate the sales that you need to make that revenue. What intellectual property rights do you require? What markets are you planning to be in? What's your unique selling point? As you can see, you're going to have a really, really good idea about what your product is, how you're going to make your money. And it's such a simple process to go through, because we've literally thought of everything that you need to think about. Then we come to your competition. Your competition, again, is hugely important. You can write your competitor name here, their strength and their weaknesses. This is really where you can beat them, and also where you can look, well, what can we include that in our product? Being on top of and knowing what your competition are doing all the time is really important, particularly in today's market, because things are changing. Technology is leaping ahead so quickly. So you really need to be up with everything that they're doing. Then we come to the SWOT analysis, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, this is really why it's so important to not only do a business plan when you are starting a business, but to do one every single year, because, as I said, things are changing so quickly. Who knew that AI was going to be such a massive part of our lives a year or 2 years ago? But suddenly we just come leaps ahead. really, really quickly. This section here is your strengths, your weaknesses, any opportunities and any threats. Strengths could be your knowledge and skills. Weaknesses could be the cost, capital available, lack of knowledge, perhaps cost of materials have gone up and things like that. Opportunities here, business trends, any free publicity, and threats could be increased competition, inflation. But it's really important that you are aware of the opportunities and the threats, because this will keep your business alive and new and innovative. Make sure you complete every section here, because once you've completed this, then you can write about how you're going to overcome any of the weaknesses and threats, and how you're going to make the most of your strengths, and how you're going to make the most of the opportunities. This is so important, because if you don't do this, you could miss something that is so important to your business. It could be any kind of free PR. I don't know what it could be, but if you don't do it, you're more than likely to miss that opportunity. Then we come into the marketing plan. Again, really, really detailed. We start by defining your target audience, so you can build a really amazing customer persona here. It asks you everything about what your typical customer is going to be like. It starts with, who is your typical customer? Are they a consumer or a business? Where are they located? What are their occupations? What stage in the family cycle are they? What are their preferred lifestyle? What are their core values? What motivates them? Once you know all this information, you're going to know how to communicate to them and market to them. And you're also going to know where to market to them. Where are these people sitting? How are you going to get to them? On what social media platform? It's all really, really important to be able to speak to your customer in the correct voice and to know how to find them. Then we go into a section about how you to sell your products and services. If you've got a product, then you might be selling on your website, on eBay, on Etsy, on Amazon. If you've got a course, you might be using Udemy. And then it's all about how you're going to communicate with your customers. Is it going to be through advertising, social media? Are you happy with your website? Do you need to create a website? Is it designed for mobile and optimized for mobile? Do you have a method to collect emails? And then we come into your sales funnel here. One of the most effective ways to get people to your website is through a sales funnel, a marketing system that leads someone through a systematic process with the goal of purchasing your product or service. This process is incredibly important. First of all, you need to define your ideal customer. Then you need to find them through advertising, PR, social media, whatever. Then you need to turn them into a lead by capturing their email address through an offer. And then you need to turn them this prospect into a customer through building relationship through email, and then continue to build relationships. They buy from you over and over again. And this section details how you're going to sell your products or services. It goes through every option that you can possibly use to sell your products. You've got email marketing, how are you going to do it, how are you going to build your email list. Then we go into other marketing methods like webinars. Obviously advertising is hugely important. How you're going to reach them through Google AdWords, Facebook. Maybe you're going to use print advertising through magazines and newspapers. Then we have your social media marketing plan here. What is your strategy? What are your objectives? Social media can be such a time suck. You've really got to be clear on what your objectives are here. Otherwise, you're going to waste an awful lot of time and money. It's very, very time consuming. This is all about social media marketing, about content marketing, blogging, video marketing, podcasting, all these different methods, PR, contests of ways you're going to communicate to your customer. Once you've done that, you're going to have a really good idea about what you need to do in your business in the new year. And with all that information alive in your mind, you can write all your different projects here. So it could be to create a website, to improve your website, whatever you need to do to create, to produce a new product, to design a new product, whatever you need to do, you need to brainstorm and write it in this area here. What are these things you need to do in 2024 to achieve those goals that you set here? Literally brainstorm here. You don't need to write in any particular order. Just get it all down, brain dump it, and then afterwards you can write the priority here. There's a section here on any connections that you want to make. Connections are always really, really important. It's particularly today with, this sort of amount of influencer marketing and, collaborations you can have. Write what you want to do here in terms of the connections you want to make in 2024. This section here is really important as well. These are your monthly, weekly and daily tasks that you need to do, that you need to keep consistent with. There are going to be things, they could be, very mundane things, or they could be really exciting things, but they're things that you need to do on a monthly, weekly or daily basis. So for monthly, it could be setting your monthly goals. It could be completing your profit and loss, could be checking your orders of stock or paying your, paying your wages. On a weekly, it could be, again, setting your weekly goals, writing a blog post, creating, your weekly newsletter, scheduling social media, and then daily, again, daily goals, ordering stock, updating product pages, anything that you need to do regularly here, put it here, because then that can be transferred into your schedule. And this is how your work's going to get done consistently. Then we have the numbers, which is your financial planning. So there's space here for your financial budget and your profit and loss forecast and your balance sheet. And then we have an overview of 2024 here. So you can quickly look back to see what day, a particular date falls on. And then we go into the monthly calendar grid. So here you can write any meetings that you're planning, any birthdays, anything that you want to jot into these days, which can then obviously be transferred into your weekly schedule. So this section, positive habits, we added in a couple of years ago, but it's incredibly important because we are what we repeatedly do. Excellent is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle, that's an amazing quote, but it really, really works. If you've got good habits and you're consistent with them, it's going to really help you in your monthly, daily goals. You write your habit here. It could be, spend 5 minutes planning every day, and then you just tick it off as you do it. And this is incredibly satisfying when you tick this off, because once you've done it for a month, you really, it's going to start sticking. It could be taking your vitamins, anything that you want to do, any new or good habit that you want to keep doing, write it here. And this really holds you accountable to yourself. Then we get into January goals and actions. So what the projects that you need to do. And this is where you need to put your monthly goals here, and then write all the projects here that you need to do to achieve those goals. You can write approximately how long you think it's going to take, and who's going to do this. Is it going to be yourself? Is it going to be an employer? Or you're going to outsource it? There's so many different ways that you can get work done today. But once you've done that, and then you can transfer it again into your weekly schedule. This is your social media marketing plan. This is a fantastic place to brainstorm social media ideas. It's very easy to get distracted, especially on social media, and there's, can have so many different ideas, but you can just jot them down here, and you can write about how you're going to cross-purpose them again, across different types of media, blogs, videos, images, webinars, live video, text posts, podcasts, whatever. And then you can write the social media platform here that you're going to use. But this is again, it's quite a brainstorming area that you can, write all your ideas in. Then we come into the weekly planner. This is my favourite. It took me the longest to design, because what I wanted was somewhere where you can literally put everything. So you don't need to flick into different pages. Literally, you can just stay on this page in the week, and it will give you a really good overview of what you need to do. So it starts off here with an inspirational quote. Then we have things like regular action. You could put, creating the weekly newsletter, scheduling social media. I don't know, whatever those regular tasks here, put them here. And then any other goals and projects you need to do in the week, put here. There's a space up here for notes and expenses, telephone numbers, whatever you want to do, it's up here. I prefer it to be up here rather than down here, because I think it's really hard to write down at the bottom of the planner. You sort of fall off. On a daily basis, there's space here to write the 3 goals that you want to achieve, and then space here to schedule everything you need to do in these time blocking sections. So anything that is written here needs to go in here. You need to schedule breaks, exercise,
put it all in here. And then there's a section at the bottom here where you can keep track of how much water you're drinking. You know, if you're into meditation, then, you know, how many minutes did you meditate, and any exercise. Again, this is really great because it keeps you accountable and reminds you about all those things that you need to do to keep yourself alert and healthy. At the end of every week, there's a space to write a review. Now, I think weekly reviews are really important because in order to improve your performance in your life and your business, you continually need to look at what's working and what isn't working. And also, you know, if you're looking to increase your sales, you need to know, what sales you're making.
You can give them a priority number.
Let's look at all the sections here, which is really, really important. And I do this some planners do it on a monthly basis, but I thought a month's too long to not succeed, or a month's too long to have something that's not working. You need to look back and see what's working every week. So it starts here. How many sales did you make? What was your forecast? What was your actual? How many email subscribers have you accumulated? How's your social media growth? What were your achievements, big and small? What worked? What didn't? What goals didn't you achieve? What do you need to do to achieve these goals? Then there's a section here for your gratitude as well, which I think is incredibly important because, you know, gratitude basically an open door to abundance and positivity. You know, some days, you know, it can be hard, but there's always something to be thankful for. So there's a little space here. Then we come into this great big space here where you can mind map, scribble, doodle, whatever you want to do. It's a space for keeping ideas. It's a space for jotting down telephone numbers. So, you know, if you run out of space here, you can just go over and use this area here. Then this continues for the month. And then when we get to the end of the month, you have your January profit and loss statement and your cash flow. And then we begin again into February. At the back of the planner, let's just show you what's at the back. There's space for notes, a space for, you know, your 2025 appointments before you get your 2025 planner, a space for contacts, a diary for next year. This is the contacts here. A review for 2024 at the end of the year, an extra project planner here. So that is there's something that I added this year as well, which I absolutely love. Ideas for someday. When a good idea comes, don't force it into your plans. Put it here. If it keeps nagging you after 6 months, a year, give it the attention it deserves. I love this because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we're just flooded with so many ideas. We just can't do it all. So here's a space for those ideas that you can't do now, but hopefully you'll do someday. And there's a space here for your 2025 goals as well for next year. So that's the planner, folks. A big favourite with many people. We've had Best Business Planner in The Independent for 2 years running. Last year we were made Best Business Planner in Marie Claire. So as I mentioned earlier, we have introduced some amazing colours this year. We've had so many requests from customers. So we've got this beautiful Power in Pink, Goals in Grey, Timely in Tan, Brilliance in Blush, Motivation in Mango, Navigation in Navy, and Triumph in Turquoise. And they're all the same quality, beautiful quality covers. So there we have the 2024 My PA Planner. We also offer a free download so you can sample the planner and see how it works for you. And I put the details about how you can do that at the bottom in the comments of the video.